Hello and welcome back to the Heaven in the Home podcast. We are on part 5 of our wisdom series, and I'm having a good time with you guys, just really deep diving into Proverbs and just discovering these principles, these biblical principles that we can live by in our daily lives today. Some people think the Bible is just this outdated book or it's too hard to understand, but just really dissecting and taking our time with this book, we get to realize there's so many revelations, there's so many principles, there's so many practical things that we can do today that has helped us. I know for me alone, just being very mindful and very intentional about wisdom, I've noticed a difference in how I speak to people, how I interact with people. If you guys don't know, I am in the HR world, so I'm constantly faced with problems and what should we do and how we should handle this. And literally when people are speaking or just telling me their situation and what's going on and how should we act in the business need, I just find myself just talking to the Holy Spirit and asking for wisdom. And in this moment, pour out your spirit, pour out wisdom on me. And what should I do in this situation? And I've noticed decision making, strategic thinking, problem solving has been incredibly easier. I don't know if easier is the right word. I guess it's less pressure because it's not on me to think of the solution. I'm just simply asking and listening and obeying. And he has not been wrong. He has not been wrong. So we are currently in chapter 3. And we're going to go through it. And let's just talk about some of the nuggets we learned. And so it says, "My son, do not forget my teaching, but keep my commands in your heart. For they will prolong your life many years and bring you peace and prosperity. Let love and forgiveness never leave you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablets of your heart. Then you will win favor and a good name in the sight of God and man." I absolutely love, we just went through verse 1 through 4 of chapter 3, but tapping into this wisdom as a daily thing that we do, then you will win favor and a good name in the sight of God and man. That's what I'm talking about, that practical thing. Living out wisdom in your daily life, you begin to see favor over your life today and now. And then that's just the overflow, because the goal is to be favored in the sight of God. So those are the things that are practically happening to you right now when we are focused and aware and searching for wisdom. As we saw in chapter 2, we need to be searching for it like it's a hidden treasure, and we have the key, and we are constantly, daily looking and never giving up and persistent to find favor and to find wisdom and have wisdom over our lives. So verse 5, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understandings. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and shun evil. This will bring health to your body and nourishment to your bones." We talked about fearing the Lord a lot. And the fear of the Lord is, of course, drawing near to him, knowing his character, having this reverential fear of the Lord, not scared of him, but knowing that you die to your own flesh, you die to what you want to do, and you recognize that his will is the way. And you see that in here too, that you submit yourself and know that he will make your path straight. Don't lean in on your understanding. That there's so much freedom in not leaning into your own understanding, because you will drive yourself crazy trying to figure out why is there so much evil in the world, so many bad things. I mean, sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I go down a rabbit hole of some of the things in these Epstein files, and it just saddens me to think there's so many evil people in this world. But you can't just be like, why does bad things happen? Why do good people get cancer? And why do people go through heartbreak or just death? And you will literally drive yourself crazy if you start to think or try to understand. So you just gotta throw up your hands and know that God has a plan, or there's a reason for all of these things that's happening. It's not in your control. And just know that He will make a path for yourself. And I love verse 8. It says, this will bring health to your body and nourishment to your bones. I feel like the closer you get to God, the more you are searching for wisdom and leaning not to your own understanding and following the path of God, you get prettier. I'm just like, when you're in the world and you're sinning and you're not as close to God, I feel like your skin is just not as bright, because He's the light of the world, so it makes sense. And so when you got your life right, you just look nicer. Your skin is glowing. I like to see some of those videos of some people who were like, this is me while I was in the world, and once I turned my life to Christ, then they just look like their skin is just popping. So yes, it is biblical that you look prettier when you come to Christ. Okay, verse 9. Honor the Lord with your wealth and with the first fruits of your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflow, and your vats will brim over with new wine. My son, do not despise the Lord's discipline, and do not resist His rebuke, because the Lord disciplines those He loves, as a father the son He delights in. I think that was something that I had to really wrap my head around once I stopped becoming a lukewarm Christian, is the amount of conviction you have for things, the amount of like things just don't feel right. I remember when I started changing, I went to New Orleans for my sister-in-law's birthday, and I did not feel right being in New Orleans and just on bourbon, and I was just like, I'm not supposed to be here. I remember I was at the club one day, and I'm just like, Chris, I can't do this no more. And I used to grieve, I did grieve for that life that I have. But now looking back, I realized that was just the Holy Spirit convicting me on a lot of things that I just couldn't do anymore. And it wasn't something that was bad. It was actually His love. He loved me so much. It's like, hey, daughter, I don't want you in these spaces. I don't want you opening yourself up to certain things. And now I honestly look at it as like a superpower. I already know I can't watch this. I can't go to see these certain movies. I can't go in these certain spaces because literally my spirit man will not allow it. I know I can't be there. And it's just looking at it from the lens of your father, just saying, I want better for you. I don't want you there. And Him correcting you is not out of He's angry at me or He doesn't love me. He loves you so much, and He is longing for you to see yourself how He sees yourself. I don't know. They're just like, okay. So verse 13. Blessed are those who find wisdom, those who gain understanding, for she is more profitable than silver. Verse 21. My son, do not let wisdom and understanding out of your sight. Preserve sound judgment and discernment. They will be life for you, or an ornament to grace your neck. Then you will go on your way in safety, and your feet will not stumble. So I read all of those wonderful benefits of wisdom, and it's still something that will give us safety and for us to not to stumble in the I'm stuttering. Do not let wisdom and understanding out of your sight. So always seeking for understanding. I work with so many people who like have these near jerk reaction, and I just want to tell them, like, if you would just listen for understanding, a lot of the issues would go away. But sometimes we listen for a reaction, or we listen to do. But imagine if we just listen for understanding, and then we would have sound judgment and discernment. Oh my goodness. I think I need to turn this into a management training. That's what I meant to say. I need to turn this into a management training. Verse 25. Have no fear of sudden disaster or the ruin that take over the wicked, for the Lord will be on your side. He will keep your feet from being snared. Do not withhold good for those to whom it is due. When it is in your power to act, do not say to your neighbor, come back tomorrow and I'll give it to you, when you already have it with you. Do not plot harm against your neighbors who live trustworthy near you. Do not accuse anyone for no reason when they have done no harm. So, please be kind. Please be kind to your neighbor. If somebody asks you for something and you got it, say yes. Don't say no, tomorrow I'll do it. It's okay. Go ahead, and especially if somebody's not done anything to you, you need to have no harm to them. I'm thinking about like HOA. Okay, so side story. I used to be on the board of the HOA, and there were so many neighbors that would just call on their neighbor. They haven't put their trash can up. They don't have their approved tree, or they cut down their tree. That was a big one. And then they would just tell on each other. And it's like, first of all, we don't really care. As somebody who was on the HOA board, it's a lot of paperwork we have to do. We got to go find you. We got to inform you. We got to give notice. So we really didn't want to do it, but then you snitched. So now we got to do something. Okay, 31. Do not envy the violent or choose any of their ways, for the Lord detests the preserved, but takes the upright into his confidence. The Lord's curse is on the house of the wicked, but he blesses the home of the righteous. He mocks proud mockers, but shows favor to the humble and the oppressed. The wise inherit honor, but fools get only shame. Whew, that is the end of chapter 3, but I want to make sure that we are always humble in everything that we do, and we understand that we want our home to be blessed and righteous. So just take a moment and think about, which home am I? Am I the home where the Lord may curse the wicked, or am I the home that he will bless? We want to make sure that we are the home that he is blessing. So that wraps up this episode on wisdom. We are going to go through chapter 4 in the next series episode. And this is a telltale reminder. When heaven fills your heart, it transforms your home. Thank you, guys.